All right, ready?
Yep.
Let's do it then. Let's do it to it.
Let it.
I guess it doesn't really. I don't need to sync it to anything, so it doesn't matter.
It's ceremonial at this point.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's up, brewskis? Let's get right into what we have on tap. You beautiful babies. So by the time that this, why did I put that there? I need that there. By the time that this podcast comes out, the Michael Jackson movie will have also come out.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about that because it has been received in a very, very strange way. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about
Interesting.
that.
Speaking of things being received in a strange way, we have Wrestlemania. People have lots of thoughts about the most recent WrestleMania 42.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that as well.
And also, speaking of things being received in a strange way, the UFC's White-House card, 250,
250.
is apparently not a political card.
No.
So we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Perception, man. Perception, reality, all these things.
What is real?
What is normal?
Who are you?
Who are you? Oh, tell me, who are you? Let's get into this podcast. This is episode 493.
Wow.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
it is still going to be 493 of the One Beer and Podcast.
Lost to be found by someone to save you when you're down. Yes, I'm bored when it's bright out. So bored when it's bright out. 4 to 5 a.m. takes me to a place where I fit in.
This is the One Beer and Podcast, the podcast where two brews crack open a brew and we see where that one brew takes us. My name is Marco Dupa. With me, as always, the great and powerful, it's Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
Yeah, buddy.
So, Adam, please tell the people what we're drinking tonight.
I would love to. This is the Starlight collab with Trillium and Equilibrium Brewery. It does not have a cold read on the can itself, but I was able to look up some info on beeradvocate.com, and it goes as follows. Starlight uses a heavy 2-row base with some adjunct grains, a 100% Citra Lupomax Whirlpool, and a Citra T90, Citra Lupomax Mosaic, and Galaxy Dry Hop. With a tropical smoothie aroma, explosive custard-like flavors of mango and pulpy Grove Stand OJ lead with waves of papaya, peach rings, key lime, pineapple puree, and orange sherbet with a creamy rainbow melon. Hashtag EQ juice. Finish. With its dangerously drinkable nature and the clear, cold nights ahead, Starlight is a great companion to look up and enjoy some night meditation and stargazing of your own.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty wordy. I can
That's
see
very
why it's
wordy.
not on the can.
Yeah. 8% ABV.
Fucking nuts.
Cheers
All right,
to that.
well, cheers. And choke this baby down.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, let's get right into this bad boy. Speaking of bad.
Bad. Oh.
The Michael movie. The Michael movie.
Michael.
I mean, we haven't really talked about this that much on the podcast.
Yeah. Because it's another biopic, and everyone knows how we feel about those now.
Yeah. I would just say, I guess, because, we grew up on Michael. I'm a massive, massive Michael Jackson fan.
Oh, my God.
Some would even say an apologist.
Ah.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
But others would say that.
That's exactly what an apologist would say.
And I bring that up because it's relevant to what's going on right now. So the movie is coming out this weekend. The do you have the box office pulled up? I can pull it up, but
I don't. But I gotcha.
Okay,
I gotcha.
because it financially it looks like it's going to do pretty well, especially overseas where they don't have the same kind of hang-ups about Michael that America has.
So speaking of, according to Deadline, the box office for overseas will be the best first day for a musical biopic.
There you
at
go.
$18.5 million.
Yeah.
It's aiming for a 70 million plus debut. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy for a biopic. The budget, I believe, was 150 million. So they're already almost, they're halfway there almost in one weekend,
Right.
and that's just the overseas gross. So it's going to do well,
Yeah.
by all accounts. The critics have not been as kind.
No.
They have been completely thrashing this thing.
39% currently on Rotten Tomatoes for critics, 95% on the popcorn meter.
So that's the interesting thing about this whole deal.
Yeah.
That is apparently the highest ever for a biopic. 95% audience score. It beat I forgot.
Ray?
Elvis.
Oh.
Elvis was the one that had the
Really?
highest score. Yeah. Apparently, I just read that.
Okay. Interesting.
Elvis was sitting at 94% and Michael just cracked 95.
Yeah.
So the audience loves it. Critics fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But people are going to go see it. I think that this is one of those situations. It's like a classic separating the art from the artist thing, or maybe not even separating the art from the artist. Maybe it's just like compartmentalizing in a way that like an unfathomable compartmentalization. Yeah,
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
I almost got there.
Yeah.
I almost got there.
You got there eventually.
So I don't know. I throw it to you first. What are your thoughts on this? This is massively successful biopic. Well, like you said, we've already addressed the fact that like these movies shouldn't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
But as it stands, this is going to be probably the most successful one ever.
Yeah, and I mean, the first thing I'll say is I'm not surprised, given I don't think people nowadays, beyond our generation, understand what Michael Jackson was. You
Right.
know? I think us and before us get it, and I think they are going to show up in droves, especially, kids who grew up in the 80s. Because, I mean, Michael Jackson was a superstar in a way that I think is unfathomable today. I don't know, I can't make an apt sort of analogy for who that would be in today's world, other than maybe Taylor Swift and Beyonce smashed together.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody. I mean, this is an age-old conversation. I shouldn't say age-old conversation, but a conversation that happens it feels like every couple of months.
Yeah.
Who is as famous as Michael Jackson? Is there anybody as famous as Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
It's like, it is to people who are younger than us. It's impossible to explain to them just how famous Michael Jackson was. And even when you go back and you look at some of that stuff, it's still kind of hard to get a young person to grasp that level of fame, because their frame of reference is streaming numbers and basically they'll just go on Spotify and be like, yo, son has 80 million monthly listeners. That is basically the measure of how relevant said person is.
Sure.
Or
Virality, how many clicks.
Yeah.
cetera,
And it's like you
cetera.
go on TikTok or you go on social media and like, all right, this dude has, X amount of followers versus this dude's followers. And it's like, that's your level of, that's the only deal in numbers. The thing is, Michael Jackson wins almost every category. If you want to just deal in numbers, he has the highest selling records of all time. I mean, if you want to deal in virality, I mean, can you imagine if we had the internet in the 80s?
Yeah.
I mean, it would just be, he would shut down the internet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think that's something that's a factor in it too, is that there are way more options as far as entertainment nowadays.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's possible to ever get another Michael Jackson.
Right.
So I think it was like a unique time and place thing that will never be again. So I think anyone that's looking at these numbers as far as the predicted box office numbers and acting surprised may not understand that there is still a legacy that isn't completely tarnished, you know? And there are still people who care. There are still people who are apologists or, you know, understand that he was at very least a complicated person, but also want to go see a movie where they can hear his music loudly and see a reenactment of some of his biggest moments that they remember as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
That none of that surprises me. It's hard for me to separate sort of my fandom as a kid for Michael Jackson, and again, like as a formulative memory, core memory of early music fandom. I still remember we had the Thriller sort of gatefold Tiger vinyl record.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember looking at that thing all the time, listening to the record itself. So it was like very earliest memories of music. It had to do with salsa music and Michael Jackson, basically.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to sort of separate that plus my disdain for the biopic as a genre.
Yeah.
In order for me to be excited when I would personally find it a little hard if the movie itself didn't address the elephant in the room as far as his legacy.
Yeah.
And from reviews I've read, it doesn't.
Well, can I tell you why? Because there is a reason.
Yes.
So apparently they did address it. And they had entire scenes written and filmed in like mid 2024. This movie had been in the
Production
can.
hell.
Yeah. So Antoine Fuqua, the writer / director of the movie, did address the allegations, the 1993 allegations, the like first ones.
Sure.
And apparently the way that the movie was written was that he was kind of, and this is according to the lawyers of the kids who made the accusations in 93.
I see.
Because they got a copy of the script, I believe, either the script or they got like an early press screening or something.
I'm surprised the studio even allowed that. I would
This
think...
is part of the lawsuit.
Oh.
So that's where
So
this
they didn't
all...
have a choice.
Yes. So basically what had happened was under the agreement of their settlement, neither party can address the case.
Oh.
So the family, the Chandlers, I believe, they can't go to the press and talk about it. The only thing that they are legally allowed to do is like they gave statements to the police and they can talk about those things, but they can't talk about the case anymore. That's part of their settlement.
Huh.
But the Michael Jackson estate can also no longer address it or talk about it.
Interesting.
And so once they found out that they were addressing it and talking about it in this movie, basically it was you couldn't do anything for profit.
I see.
Okay. You couldn't talk about it for profit.
Okay. So yeah, because I mean that brings into question the more recent, I think it was 2 documentaries that came out.
Those are different people.
Okay. That were not part of that settlement.
No. So there was the Chandlers.
Got it.
The kid, I don't know if the kid's name was Chandler or if his last name was Chandler, and they keep referring to the Chandler family.
I would assume it's a last name.
It's probably, yeah. Well, I mean, it's also really white first name.
It's true. Yeah.
Could be fucking Chandler and Zandler and Brandler.
We all think Chandler Bing, do we not?
Yes, exactly. Rest in peace. So that was the original accusations in 1993. Then he was accused in like the early 2000s. And that was the case when he was like on top of the car dancing all crazy and shit.
Yeah. Okay. So it was from that then.
It was the 93.
But the
So
later one, the
The later
documentary-
ones were actually even later.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
They were two kids who had come out even later after he had passed. And we're like, yeah, he touched us too.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
So that was all said and done with.
What a tangled web.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to.
Bad things.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is. When you start even defending Michael Jackson even a little bit, you start sounding like a fucking nutcase.
Yeah, free Diddy.
See, they're gonna take that and just gonna isolate that, and you're done for, dude. Your career is
me and-
over.
Me and Jay Electronica. What are you
I
gonna
was just
say?
about to say, if you say me and Marco, I'm gonna jump across this table.
Say it. Say it.
No. Oh no. You
No,
and Jay
no,
Elect.
no.
That's it. You two.
No.
So the Chandler family got aware of what they were doing with
Yeah.
the original cut of the movie, and they put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, got their lawyers to say, let's check this out.
Yes. So now you get this re-edit of the movie. Not really a re-edit. They went back and reshot a bunch of shit, rewrote it essentially,
Sure.
to make the movie end in '88. And critics are upset, but it was out of their hands.
Right.
And that is also the issue with making a movie about a real person. You have to
Yeah.
deal with the real shit.
Yes, and
And-
also on top of that, putting all of that aside, which is very hard to do, there were apparently a lot of people who needed to sign off on the movie in order for it to even come out in the first place. And that includes the fact that apparently Janet Jackson wanted nothing to do with it.
That's why she's not in it.
And is not in it. You're not even mentioned. It's like an alternate universe in which she does not exist.
Which is so crazy.
Yeah.
It's like when they did that Jimi Hendrix one with Andre 3000.
Yes.
But the estate wouldn't sign off on his music.
Yeah. So it's like, what's the point?
So then you live in this alternate reality where his music just doesn't exist and he's not playing any of the like hit songs that we know of. It's just like different shit. It's like, bro, if you, like,
royalty-free guitar music.
yeah, man, it is it's wild, dude. It's wild because when the family of the star is not involved, then you get the estate upset with any liberties that you take or any truth that you try to tell. But then when they are involved, they fuck it all up because they're trying to tell this glossy, nice, beautiful story.
Or even like Bohemian Rhapsody, which this movie I think has the same producer.
It looks like it, bro.
Yeah. Apparently it's there are some tendrils that go between the two movies. But the same thing happened with that, which is, Queen was very protective about how they looked in the movie.
Right.
And their legacy, apparently to the detriment of the story being told.
Yeah.
And the truth of the actual story.
Have
that
you sat
happened
down
at their
and watched
band.
that one all the way through?
Hell no.
I know, me neither. You saw it?
Sherry saw it. What did you
Did you like it?
It was obvious that everyone had a hand in it.
Yeah.
Too many hands in it. Too
Yeah.
many hands in it.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks. Yeah.
I've seen enough clips of the movie that like I got it. And also I was talking to Robin actually about this and I was like, for no reason other than I was just curious.
Yeah.
Like a couple years before the movie came out, I just read everything about Queen. I was just curious about I was like, I don't really know anything about them other than
the songs.
and like I got A Day at the Opera or Night at the Opera. Day at the Opera?
Not at the opera.
Not at the Opera. I own that album.
Yeah.
And that's the only album from them that I own other than their greatest hits.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just morbid curiosity. I just was like, I wonder, I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
So I sat down and I read their entire Wikipedia page, got everything. And then the movie comes out and I read the synopsis because I was not going to go to the, and I was like, well, that's not how that happened. And that's not how that happened.
Wrong.
And then and then all the critics come out and they're like, yeah, this movie's Rami Malek is good in it, but it's essentially a stage play written by the
band, the surviving band members.
Yeah. And it shows them in even when it shows them in a bad light, it shows them in a good light.
Sure.
It's it's the same thing with the NWA movie, and it's just we've talked ad nauseum about why these movies just are unnecessary.
Yeah.
But you watch the NWA movie and they just do certain things like if Eazy-E was still alive, he probably would have protested to the way that he was portrayed in the movie.
Yeah.
But he wasn't around to stop them from doing what they did in the movie.
Sure.
The rest of them, though, all come out like winners.
Yeah.
I mean,
who's surprised? Really?
No one. But that's the thing. It's like, why are we still doing this? And Robin brought up a point. He was like, well, you know, I watched the Queen movie and I don't know shit about Queen, but then it made me want to go listen to their music. And I'm like, but that's the ultimate issue with these movies nowadays. It's a pure capitalistic endeavor.
It's a commercial.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna put this movie out.
Michael, the soundtrack.
Dude, that's exactly what I was, and they're just going to repackage songs from the fucking 80s and 90s that you've heard a million times before. And they're going to put it out as the quote-unquote Michael soundtrack. And it's like, you know what? You just got sold fucking snake oil, man.
Yeah.
You got sold a greatest hits that's been out for like 20 years.
You could buy that right now.
Right now. You could buy that.
You could make that a playlist now.
They've put out his greatest hits. They've put out Michael's #1 hits. They've put out Michael. They've put out Jackson. They just keep fucking doing this shit.
Mike, Jack,
oh Mikey,
son,
and they're gonna do it again with this shit. And it's like, I'm not saying that people aren't smart enough to see what's going on, but people aren't smart enough to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just don't give a fuck. Maybe they just want, to not have to care and just watch. And that brings us back to the plot of the movie itself and the fact that 95% of the people who went and saw it loved it.
Yeah. Well, I will say, there is a real... This feels like one of those movies that's getting a big push from people who haven't seen the movie yet.
Yeah.
Just to protest the fact that it's gotten such bad reviews from the critics.
True.
So I feel like there is a bit of that sort of thing you see a lot with like, or you used to see with like the old DC movies. Where
the Snyderverse
stuff where they're like, even though it got a 35%, I'm gonna put 100 on Rotten Tomatoes because I love Zack Snyder. It seems like kind of that thing is going on.
Yeah,
which is a little surprising to me because that seems like more of a young person thing to do.
He has a fervent, odd fan base.
Yeah,
Thriller is still in like the top 10 records sold of all time.
I mean, it's I would say one of the top 10 albums of all time. So
1,000,000%. But what I'm saying is, vinyl's being pressed today. He's still top 10.
I see.
So he's competing with Adele, Taylor Swift, Beyonce,
Yeah.
Billie Eilish, The Weeknd.
It's just one of those albums that everyone needs to have.
And they just keep buying it over and over. And young people buy it. Like, older people buy it again because they want to add it back to their collection. It's like constantly on shelves.
I wonder if that's enough, though, to get people... You know what? In thinking about this for 10 seconds, my theory is that it's not even a fandom of Michael Jackson per se. It is a pushback against what people see as, like, the critic elite. Because I've seen a lot of people posting on X saying, like...
X.
Well, I mean...
Stop calling it X.
It's gotten memed on Twitter. Excuse me. It's gotten memed on Twitter. Somebody's response to the bad reviews, and it's like an entire scroll of text, but people keep responding with that same scroll.
Yeah.
Copy pasted. But the essence of it is like, have we lost the plot? I saw the movie and I thought it had a great story, great cinematography, great writing.
So it's just like an AI copy pasta?
Basically. But people are... Now it's being used... in these cases, I love the internet. It's being used now for people who love shitty movies.
Yeah.
And they post a picture of the review, like the Rotten Tomatoes aggregator score.
Yeah.
And they put that copy underneath it. Yeah. So it's being memed around. But the essence is the same and rings true throughout a lot of posts I've seen about the Michael movie.
Yeah.
Of people saying, like, I don't get what these critics were seeing because I had a good time with it. I enjoyed it. I think they're looking for something that it wasn't supposed to be in the first place. And I think that sort of... I don't know, that essence of hating professional critics and not seeing the value in them kind of perpetually sinks throughout the internet.
Yeah.
At times like this.
Yeah, people don't like the feeling of being talked down to, and critics are very condescending. Even when you agree with them, the tone of most like criticism is very condescending. That's why people go to their favorite streamers and they listen to fucking Anthony Fantano and people that they feel like they can talk to in a certain way. But you read like Peter Travers and you're like, this guy sounds like a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Especially when they're highly critical of something that
you enjoy,
you may like,
or you or
you think
rather
you'd like.
you wanted to enjoy.
Right,
yeah,
right.
you especially with this Michael movie, because like you're saying, this movie's not even out yet, and there's a bunch of people who are like, the critics are gonna critic. What are you gonna do? And it's like, well,
it has 1,000+ verified ratings for the popcorn meter, so
people are saying like, well, I mean, overseas it's already out.
Sure, and you know, mind you, people have seen like early previews of it as well in the States. So people have seen the movie. I'm not doubting that, but the fact that over 1,000 people have taken the time out to highly rate and review this movie on Rotten Tomatoes is a little suspect to me. Yeah, I don't know.
It is suspect. And it does feel like it is a response to feeling like well, these guys don't know better than us. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like we're in this place where on the one hand you do want people to just be able to enjoy things because we're finding less and less things to just enjoy. But then on the other hand, it does feel like people are trying to less and less engage with things intellectually or critically, and just using the excuse of, well, I had fun, so why do I have to like think about it any further than this? It's like, listen, man, enjoy whatever you want to enjoy, but don't get mad when people call it a dog shit movie because it's dog shit. Like, if you liked it, then it shouldn't matter what anybody says about it. But if a critic says a certain thing that maybe in your heart of hearts kind of hits home, and you saw that too when you watched the movie, and you're just trying to pretend like you didn't feel that or you didn't see that, that's why you would get mad. Because otherwise, you know, people like the critics hated Space Jam. You think it matters to me?
Right. Well, then that's exactly the meme that's going around, is people posting stuff like that, like, you know, movies they loved as a child, or just movies that are objectively not good but are still fun. Yeah. And posting that scroll. And it's fine. Yeah. It's okay to enjoy things that aren't like critically acclaimed. That's all right. Yeah. It's not a hit on you.
Right. But people take it personally because they do feel like it's a hit on it. They feel like it's a hit on their intellect. Because the way that some of these reviews
you have to
come
be
across,
stupid to like this movie.
Right, exactly. And it's like, how are you not engaging with this in a way that you should be? Like the Michael movie, before I knew about the lawsuit, the details of the lawsuit, I too was like, well, it is pretty suspect to end the movie in 88.
Right. How convenient.
Right. Like, oh yeah, when he was at the top of his powers, when he could do no wrong, when he was the most famous human being on planet Earth, that's when you're going to stop the movie? Sure.
Right.
I wonder what happens in the early 90s.
Michael will return.
And some people are saying that like maybe they do address it in the sequel, and that's just impossible.
Yeah.
That's just hopeful. That's weird hopeful thinking.
Right.
When the circumstances are that it's a legal,
they're 100% not going to. And they're
not going to make a fucking sequel to a biopic.
I heard they might, actually.
And then do what? Because everything that happens to him in the 90s has this cloud hanging over it.
I agree, and I think the way they could get around it is they fictionalize the people involved and the circumstances, but still get to the same point. But that's not going to happen because the Michael Jackson estate signs off on this movie.
Yeah.
his own family is the star of this movie.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
they're in no universe.
Let me tell you this, because I forgot to mention this detail. Apparently, the movie, as it was originally written, I think we're deep enough into the podcast. The child molestation allegations
yeah.
were framed as, what's the word? Not conspiracy, but the way that Fuqua writes it, it is that these families are trying to, they're going after Michael.
Okay.
And he's framed in the movie as innocent.
And
And this is
they're
like
money
a-
grubbing and
So that was also what pissed off the family was
no
like,
shit.
yeah, for good reason.
Right.
Especially if they believe, you know, everything that they
Yeah,
accuse them of
sure.
course they're going to be like, no, that's
Yeah,
fucking insane. So if they were to do anything, if they were to allude to it even remotely, I think the estate would sign off on it because the way that they're framing it
I see.
is that Michael is completely innocent.
Sure.
And all of this was just trumped up charges and
a money grab.
and money grabs and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
this stuff. So if they were to do a sequel, I think that they would be gung ho to say that he's innocent. But I've seen some people on Twitter talking about how, like, you know, you need to see this movie because this is the real Michael and all this stuff, and it's just like, that's why these movies are so fucking dangerous when it
Yeah.
comes to the perception of the artist. Like the Queen movie, for instance. If the movie is just this fictionalized version of what happened in real life, then whatever, man. Do whatever you want.
Right.
Make Freddie Mercury fucking fly for all I care. I don't
Oh,
care.
it worked for the Elton John movie.
Right, yeah.
they-
It was
they-
a very fantastical, you know...
There were some touchstones of his life that were real, but
Yeah.
outside of that, it was a musical telling.
and that makes sense for Elton John. Same thing with the Weird Al movie. It is
Yes.
it is completely bonkers.
Right.
And that makes sense for
but
who
of
he
his
is.
spirit.
Yeah.
You know, and that in that way, it's almost more legitimate.
Yes.
You know, it
Yes.
feels realer.
But if you're going to go for a one-to-one, beat-for-beat, this is how things went, and then you lie,
Yeah,
or
no,
you
that's not
quote-unquote take liberties,
No.
how are you educating people on the artists themselves? How are you
You're not.
actually showing people the real Michael?
You're not. You're selling them on a lie
Right.
to again sell another Grace Hits album.
Right. And that's what it all comes down to. Is at the
Yeah.
end of the day, they're going to sell merch, they're going to sell albums, and they're going to sell copies of this DVD on the internet for people to rewatch.
Yeah. I need to ask you, and we can end this.
Yeah.
What are your feelings on the movie itself? Like, as far as it being made, and your perception of going out to see it.
I'm definitely not going to go see it. I mean, I
Because it's a biopic, though, specifically. Is that correct, or is it because of the reviews?
No,
or-
it has nothing to do with the reviews. If people said that it was like, if it got like 100% of Rotten Tomatoes, I probably would have been like, oh, fuck, maybe I will go see it. If a biopic is getting 100% on it is 50% that it's a biopic, and I've just written them off completely.
Yeah.
Even at the most interesting ones, I'm like, I'm good. And it's also 50% that I know Michael's life.
Seen it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, I mean, even if they got like the kid, his nephew, apparently Jafar Jackson, like apparently he's the only good part of this movie. Him and Coleman Domingo and Nia Long, like the actors in the movie do really well, and he's getting a lot of praise for. Actually, in fact, every review that I read was like, this movie is terrible and dangerous and awful, but Jafar fucking nails it. So good for him.
Yeah,
he
I mean,
embodied Michael Jackson.
Even the previews, I was impressed by how canny it was.
So
Or uncanny.
Yeah.
How uncanny it was.
It
It
was
wasn't
very
canny at all.
I wasn't impressed at all. It was very
It was so canny.
But I just feel like Michael Jackson at his peak is just probably the greatest entertainer of all time.
Yeah.
And just such a alien, and I mean that with no disrespect at all. Such a one-to-one, one of one in a million human being that all of it even when I see like impersonators, I'm just like, yeah, but you didn't really hit that move the way Mike used to hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every time, like, even when I'm scrolling on Instagram and somebody like pops up and they're like crushing it, and the comments are just like, "Welcome back, Michael," and all this shit. I'm just like, yeah, but it wasn't as tight. It wasn't as tight as Michael was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just wasn't really interested in seeing it just off rip.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's a biopic, and the fact that they don't really address anything remotely interesting. Apparently,
Sure.
I can't say that for certain because I obviously haven't seen it.
We should
but-
underline this entire conversation by saying we have not seen the movie, so we can't really talk to it specifically. We're just basing this conversation off of what other people have been saying about it.
Yeah,
So.
and I just feel like if I'm gonna go to the movie theater, man, like there's just more interesting movies to watch.
Yeah, we are not.
I want to see that fucking that podcast horror movie, dude.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's
Under something.
Undertone.
Undertone?
Yes, Undertone. That's gone already. That's not in theaters anymore.
What? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
it's-
What?
it's
What are you
come and
talking
gone.
about? Why?
It's come and gone.
Why would you say that?
I'm
Why
sorry.
would you say it like that?
Hokum is coming out though.
Oh, that one looks scary.
It does.
So scary.
It's getting good reviews. Yeah.
All right, I want to go see that. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I want to see more interesting things
There-
than a fucking biopic.
We are, despite the world literally on fire around us, we are not suffering in the movie department.
yeah.
So
I would rather just read a biography
yeah,
than
books are better at this.
books are. I mean,
Documentaries
10
are better
times-
at this.
Yeah. I'd rather that because I was thinking whose biopic would I want to go see, and like there's nobody. The only people I could think of is like, I mean, honestly, the only people left really is for me Prince and Stevie Wonder.
I was gonna say Stevie Wonder. Yeah.
But I don't want to. I just don't want. Like, just leave it alone. Just
Yeah.
leave it alone. Man,
Oh,
just leave it alone.
We don't need it.
We
We're
don't.
gonna get it.
We're gonna get it. Yes.
We don't need it.
The Prince one is coming whether you like it or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hopefully, because Stevie's still around, he's like, don't
Stop.
stop.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Not while I'm still here.
But yeah. I can't wait to see what like the final box office is.
It's gonna go crazy.
And I think that as far as the controversy is concerned, I think it's going to kind of just come and go.
Yeah.
I don't see it being like a lasting issue with the movie. I think that if it was going to hurt Antoine Fuqua's career, it would have hurt it before the movie came out.
Yeah.
I think people would have already like trashed the fact that he was even doing the movie. And my last thought on it is like, it's a biopic. I think it's unnecessary. Good for Jafar. I don't see this launching his career as an actor because I think this is the first thing he's ever done.
Yeah.
And it's like he's going to have – I think he has an uphill battle in front of him in proving that he can do more than just be a song and dance guy impersonating his uncle, essentially.
Yeah, just do an impression of his family.
Well, like O'Shea Jackson when he did the NWA movie,
Straight
speaking
Outta
of
Compton,
biopics, a lot of people were like, I mean, it's uncanny. But he's also his father's child, so
Right,
like
yeah.
he
Sure.
should be good at that.
Sure,
he
yeah.
looks just like him.
Yeah.
And he did prove that he was talented.
He knows how his dad talks.
Right. And then he went off and he did a bunch of like other shit
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with being a rapper, had nothing to do
Yeah.
with.
Well,
and he
he's-
proved that he's actually a pretty solid actor.
And he's very much his own person.
Yes.
He's not his dad.
Yes,
So
yes.
I think he very quickly and wisely after that movie made sure people knew who he was.
Right.
And I think that's helped in the long run.
Smart. And smart to not call yourself like Lil Ice Cube
Lil-
or
Lil
Lil
Cube.
Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like too many of them are just like, I'm young ODB. I'm Lil Easy E.
Yeah.
It's like, no, man.
Yeah.
Is that it? That's all you ascribe to
That's
be?
it. You're just your father's son.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah. That's all we got on that.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it does like 300 million.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
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 Yep. Well, I know you didn't watch it with me, but did you end up watching WrestleMania?
Most of it. Yes, most of it. I missed night 2.
You missed night 2?
No, not all of it. I missed the first hour of night 2.
And you watched all of night 1?
Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah. Not that it matters to anyone else, but the reason why I didn't come hang out with you and watch night 2 was because dinner at my parents ran late. So
I don't even know what that means, bro.
That's fine. I rushed back home and caught what I could.
I don't even know what that means.
So yeah, I watched the majority of WrestleMania this year.
Yeah.
How about you?
I didn't watch night 1 because
Okay.
I was working.
Yeah.
But then I watched all of night 2.
Okay.
And I've seen now pretty much the majority of night 1. I'm going to go back and watch the whole, not the whole thing, but I'm going to watch the Cody match in full. And I'm going to watch the Drew McIntyre match in full.
Yeah.
Just as I was curious about those 2 matches. But otherwise, I apparently saw the better of the 2 nights.
Yeah.
Because by all accounts, night 2 was a resounding success, and night 1 was terrible.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult to fully explain the issues with night 1 and with WrestleMania as an event in 2026.
Yeah.
But I think we can get as far as explaining it from a outsider's point of view,
Sure.
why it may not resonate the way that it used to. And it's the same thing with the UFC, and it's the same thing with most sporting events now. It's the same thing with a lot of shit. It can be succinctly summed up capitalism.
Yeah.
But we'll get into
Sure.
the nitty-gritty of it. But honestly, it's just basically how much money can you squeeze out of this thing.
Yeah.
And back in the day, they used to be able to at least hide it better.
It seemed like it, right?
Yeah, it seemed like
it seemed like entertainment was at the core.
Yeah.
And everything else kind of was,
Well, you made money because it was entertaining. And
Right.
that's,
and the more entertaining it was, the more money you made.
Right.
But nowadays,
doesn't feel
doesn't
like that.
feel that way.
Just kind of feels like, well, we're going to make the money. Whether this product suffers is not our concern.
Well, I think what is a perfect example of that was, I don't know if you saw this, but apparently they got some fucking rich ass dude to sit at the announcer's table. He didn't have a microphone. He literally just bought the seat next to the announcers at the announcer's table.
No,
with headphones on.
that definitely was not night 2. That was a night 1 thing.
Everyone
I'm
was
team night 2.
Yeah, I mean, me too. But it was so perplexed. Everyone was confused what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Because there was just this guy with headphones on.
Yeah.
Sitting next to the announcers. Not adding anything to the conversation. Literally no microphone on his headphones.
Yeah.
Just sitting there enjoying the show.
That's crazy.
Because he paid enough
Yeah.
to be there. Insane. Insanity.
Fucking insane. Insane.
And I think that sums it up.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the fact that they just were this is a thing that we're God, it's like they've seemed to have lost something along the way.
Yeah.
In getting to WrestleMania. And everybody wants to blame Triple H, and he definitely is to blame for a lot of what's going on. But the biggest villain here, surprise, surprise, is the giant parent company that runs this fucking show. Mm-hmm. And this is going to bleed into the next topic, but it's TKO.
Yeah.
It's TKO. They've admitted that they basically run the show now. I think the CEO or the CFO or some higher ranking guy basically admitted as such that TKO runs these companies. Like from a creative standpoint, they are the final say in these creative decisions. Like Triple H and Shawn Michaels and the writers' room and all these people on Netflix Unreal can pretend like they're making decisions, but at the end of the day, if the stockholders want Cody Rhodes to be the champion, Cody Rhodes is going to be the champion,
Right.
Whether the crowd agrees or not.
Yeah.
And on night one, they did not agree.
Yeah.
And it was a bad decision. Now I'm going to get a little inside baseball here a little bit.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes just should not have beat Randy Orton.
No.
Randy Orton should have won that match. It should have been a crowning moment for Randy Orton to basically move into, I think, the third slot or the fourth spot of most championships of all time.
Yeah.
The story was basically begging for him to win. He did everything in his power to win, and yet Cody still wins. And you know why? Because they want to extend the story, because they want to keep squeezing everything that they can. And I read a report. Now, this is dirt sheet shit. Take it with a grain of salt. But apparently, up until like a week prior, the plan was for Randy Orton to win.
Yeah, makes too much sense.
Yeah. And then they changed their minds at the last minute, and they were like, what if we extended the story?
Yeah.
And they did it 2 years ago with Roman and with Cody, and it paid off.
Yeah,
To their
sure,
credit,
sure,
it
sure.
paid off. Took a whole year for people going, this is fucking stupid. They're so fucking stupid for it to pay off, but it paid off. You got to give credit where it's due. And maybe they're playing the long game.
You
Who
can't
knows?
do that every time, though.
Can't do it every time.
It becomes obvious past a certain point.
Yeah.
And disappointing because it becomes so obvious that it breaks kayfabe.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, you're just extending this.
Yeah.
We all see it, you know?
And it's
then
insulting.
And even if it happens next time, everyone's going to be like, yeah, we know.
Well, yeah, if it's got to happen now.
Right.
It better happen now.
Right.
Of course it's happening now.
Yeah.
So it's little things like that, little decisions that got made from a purely financial aspect, but it's not just that. I mean, it's the branding all over the ring. It's the multiple commercial breaks. I mean, I don't know if you were like kind of tuning in, but
Yeah.
if you had like sat down and just like watched the show, dude, I mean, the commercial breaks were like agonizing. So I watched it with a couple of friends, invited you. Couldn't make it. Dinner ran long. So
I
and
don't even know what that means.
so we were watching it, and you know we're hanging out at the bar, and so you know you're not really noticing at the time because like we're talking
Yeah,
shit. And we're
you're
like,
busy
you know,
or-
yeah,
yeah,
we're
distracted.
hanging out. Yeah, but every time I look up, it's like another fucking commercial, and it's like, what is going on here? Did I not pay money?
Is this not the right plan?
Like the thing is, it makes me, I mean, like vibrate with anger.
Yeah.
We went from like the pay-per-views were pretty expensive, but like it was one night a year. You spent $60 on WrestleMania, and it's like, well, fuck it. I'll watch the big four. I'll watch WrestleMania, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
And that's okay. And I'll spend $60 every quarter.
Sure.
And then the rest of them, if it's like an interesting main event, then like maybe I'll buy. And that was okay. I was okay with that.
Yeah.
Then they moved it to the streaming thing, and it was like, fuck yeah, dude! I'll pay $9.99 a month to just watch wrestling all the time.
You thought you would.
So and then they started migrating from because once they killed the network, they started migrating from streaming service to streaming service. They go to Peacock, and I'm like, okay, cool. Peacock is dope. I'll get Peacock and
Dip a toe in Netflix.
Yeah.
Why not?
Then they go to Net. Well, once they went to Netflix, that's when I kind of was like, I can't keep chasing you guys around.
To be fair, Netflix is your hard red line.
I really, really don't want to get Netflix.
Yeah, I know.
I really don't want it.
I think it's because they gave you PTSD because they were like the first ones that we all really got.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I've been like really trying to avoid Netflix, and once they go to Netflix, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Then after Netflix, they're like, hey, listen, the show's going to be on Netflix, but guess what? The pay-per-views or PLEs as they're referred to now, premium live events,
Uh-huh.
they're going to be on ESPN.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. I already have Disney Plus. So you mean to tell me I get to watch the PLEs on my Disney Plus account? No. You get to either upgrade your Disney Plus account, or you get to spend $30 a month on just the standalone ESPN app
Yeah.
to watch the PLEs. Just the PLEs, not the back catalog, which Peacock still has. So Peacock has the back catalog.
Yeah.
Netflix has the current show.
Yeah.
And ESPN has the PLEs.
Yep. Yeah.
And then they wonder why people are like, this is fucking bullshit. They go, I don't understand why everybody's so upset. I mean, one of them, I can't remember who it was. One of them was actually saying, I think it was the TKO CEO. He was like, I don't, everybody's going to complain.
What's the big
was
deal?
him. It was him, because that was the same conversation in which he revealed that they had creative control.
Yeah.
It's like, everybody's going to complain about this, that, and the other thing. And, we go from like streaming service to streaming service. Like, these are legitimate complaints.
Yeah. I mean, they don't
Just
get it,
listen back to what I just said. That was fucking insane. How to watch one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? You know who's happy? All those companies that they're in bed
believe
with.
it.
They're very happy.
You better believe it.
They have spread themselves thin with putting their product every possible place exclusively. They've learned the art of exclusivity and putting little bits and pieces of their product exclusively on these platforms.
Yeah.
So like you said, really past a certain point, it doesn't matter what the layman thinks or what the fans care about. Their main audience, their ultimate audience, are those investors and the heads of those companies.
Right.
That's really who they're playing to.
Right.
And they will explain it away. They will find a way to try to smooth it over with the fans. But make no mistake, you are maybe a tertiary concern for them. You are not the main audience. You may think you are. You may interact with them like you are, but you are not, my friend. You are not.
And the biggest irony of all of this is Night 2 had legitimately good wrestling matches and legitimately good storytelling.
Yeah.
In the midst of all of this just filth.
Yeah.
You had Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. You had the Brock Lesnar retirement.
Right.
You had the main event, which, by the way, could be match of the year, or the Rhea Ripley match, which could be match of the year. Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill.
Yep.
And they're not getting the proper due because people are talking about the broadcast itself and not the product.
Right.
And that's the real crime of it all, is these artists are not being properly they're not getting the due that they deserve, because the conversation that's being dominated right now is that the broadcast itself was bullshit, and it is. And if this is how things are going to be moving forward, I don't see the shelf life. And I can see WWE like moving to another streaming service before they finally settle down and go, okay, this is. I think that they're still kicking around how best to survive in the streaming era. And it's the same thing with the UFC.
UFC as well. Yep. I think from a business standpoint, the WWE is working smartly, because what's going to happen? Take my word for it. Okay.
I'm listening.
What's going to happen is there will be a tipping point, as there will be, I think, sooner than the WWE with the UFC, in which the fans are gonna either dry up enough that they have to make a change, or they're going to revolt in a way that is too loud to not listen to.
Yeah.
And for them not to point to when they're in those investor calls and be like, hey, we got a mutiny in our hands.
Right.
These people are not going to show up for the product anymore.
Yeah.
And we're all done. If and when, because I believe that will happen eventually if they continue down this path, what's going to happen is they're going to choose one of the many pockets that their hands are in right now and go, you're going to be the home of the WWE.
Yeah.
And we're going to make you the home of WWE for the small price of, and make it astronomical.
Yeah.
But until that point happens, they are raking in money from left, right, and center.
Yeah.
And that's how it's going to be. And it's so obvious. And look, I wouldn't have a problem with that if it didn't hurt the people trying to watch it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
If it wasn't a net negative for everyone who actually cares about this stuff, which, again, I think is going to start declining very soon, if not already. It would be fine if it was more consumer friendly, but it's not.
Right.
Inherently, it's not. So,
But if all of these tactics didn't like hurt the product itself, if this stuff was like done in the background like it used to be,
yeah,
like these are billion-dollar companies. They're moving money all the time. They're taking advantage of the people. They do not give a fuck about the fans. They never have, really, if we're being
sure.
honest.
Oh yeah. No. They cared about the fans as far as their wallets would take them.
Right.
Which is, it's the way we work in America, baby.
Sure.
It makes perfect
Sure.
sense. I'm not begrudging a company for trying to make money.
Right.
Right.
And that's the thing. It's always been that way, and so it is what it is. But once it starts bleeding over into the actual product,
Yeah, don't hurt the thing that we actually enjoy.
right?
You know?
Like you're telling me, as a billion-dollar company, you can't just take WrestleMania and just go, this is going to be ad free.
Right.
We're gonna do ads, up and down the block on everything else. But this is WrestleMania, baby. This is our event of the year. No ads.
Have some sanctity, right?
Something.
Like
They do that fucking drone shot where it's like above the ring, and it's just like you see, it's just filthy with ads. And far be it from me to ever give Vince McMahon the credit, but I will say he was the only person who was going, I don't want any ads on the ring because it looks like shit. And wrestling is sacred, and I want it to look clean.
Yeah.
He had that idea. And
Sure.
the minute that they kicked him out of the company, they were like, throw some ads on there.
Throw them in there, baby.
Slap those ads on there.
TKO, let's go.
And so I will, yuck. Just,
Yeah.
ugh.
Well, he didn't
feels
respect
gross.
women, but he respected wrestling, so that's something.
Okay. Yeah,
What? Look, okay. One more thing. I want to go through the quick excerpt from this article from awfulannouncing.com.
Yeah.
About what I was talking about at the top of this topic.
Yeah.
Okay. Did Adam Weissman just pay for the most expensive seat in sports entertainment history? That's what people are asking after the recycling magnate turned crypto billionaire was brought into the WrestleMania 42 broadcast as a, quote, guest commentator next to WWE announcers Michael Cole and Wade Barrett on Sunday night. Oh, so this was Sunday night.
Okay, I did not notice him.
Yeah. Weissman sat at the broadcast table with the two WWE announcers and appeared on the telecast with his own chyron and wearing a headset, but was not given a microphone to participate in any commentating duties.
So funny.
The result was one of the most bizarre on-screen features of any major televised event in recent history. Yeah. The nature of the guest spot confused many wrestling fans and led to speculation that Weissman paid to be seated next to Cole and Barrett during the broadcast. Apparently, there's no information as far as what happened there, but Weissman owns and operates a scrap metal processing company in New York, where he began to amass his fortune. Since then, he's opened restaurants and started a cryptocurrency mining operation called Viridium LLC in 2021.
Cool.
In 2004, Weissman served 8 months in prison on charges of check fraud.
Cool.
All right.
I mean, dude, I just have zero tolerance for anything crypto, NFT, or AI related. At this point,
It's
I'm just
over.
like,
Just
get
stop.
out of my face with this shit, man. Even if, like, like when people come to you and they're like, "Yo, if you just like invest in like this crypto," I'm like, "No, get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to. Even if you're handing me $1 million, like get away from me.
No,
get away from me.
No,
I don't want to be a part of it.
You're somehow going to take my money.
Somehow you're going to give me this $1 million, but you're going to take $2 million from me. Somehow
it's going to tank.
And I don't want to be a part of it. So just leave me alone. Just leave me the fuck alone. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Speaking of hating it. Apparently Dana White promises UFC White House card built for all Americans. Quote, it has nothing to do with politics, according to MMAfighting.com.
Do you think, let me just ask you this question right at the top.
Yeah.
And I'm being genuine with this question.
Okay.
Do you think that Dana White is too stupid to understand what he's doing, or he's too evil to not like stop himself from doing it? Do you think what do you think outweighs that he's just and we know he's a bad person. Like that's out the gate. We know he's a bad person.
Yeah, he beats his wife.
Yeah. Is he too evil, or is he too stupid?
I think he's more evil than stupid, because I do think that it would take at least a little bit more than a dumb person to make the UFC what it is, what it became.
Right.
I won't say what it is today, because I think it is in a state that is below its heights.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's dumb. I don't think he's a dumb guy. I do think that his politics are stupid. I do think that he is putting the cart before the horse when it comes to his allegiance to Donald Trump, versus looking at the bottom dollar.
Yeah.
But I do also think that the reason why he has such allegiance isn't just because Donald Trump helped during the pandemic for the UFC. I think it's also because he also aligns with him in a lot of ways and sees himself in Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And I would think vice versa. But I think he's a little bit of both. I think in this statement, I truly don't think he believes it. But I think that, because I'll read the full thing, the full quote, which he had on the Pat McAfee show. He said, quote, one of the myths that I would like to crush is I don't care if you're far right, far left, right down the middle, wherever you sit politically, because everybody sits somewhere politically these days. This isn't about politics. This is about the United States, what this country is about, how it was built, where we all came from. So...
Well, okay, Dana, how was it built?
Well, and then he said...
And where did we all come from?
He said, some of us came from Africa, not because they wanted to.
Who built it?
Yeah. We built this city with slavery. He went on to say, if you love America, you're going to love this event. It has nothing to do with politics. We just happen to be on the White House lawn, and the President of the United States will be there. Okay. He's not that stupid, right?
But that's why I ask, because that is like an impeccably stupid thing to say.
It is.
That it begs the question. Like he can't be that stupid, right? He has to be that evil.
Yeah. Because
he can't be that stupid. But
he is
I
not
don't
that
know.
Stupid. He is not that stupid. I think he thinks that we are that stupid, though. See what I'm saying?
But I think that is a gross underestimation of the people who watch the product.
Yeah.
And I think that is a level of stupidity, to underestimate your audience in such a way.
It's a good point. Yeah. I would chalk that up to a new third category, though, and say he is out of touch.
Yes. That's not stupidity so much as it is like not keeping up with,
reality.
Yeah.
He's not in tune with reality.
Yeah. It's like talking to like one of your old relatives who like doesn't know how to work a phone or
Sure.
gets tricked by emails and shit. It's like they're not stupid.
Right.
They're not keeping up. So
Yeah.
why would they
Yeah.
know what's
They're
going on?
out of touch.
They're out of touch.
Yeah.
Maybe it is as simple as that he's out of touch. It's just he's too powerful to be that out of touch.
Yeah, and I think that again, as we're talking about WWE, I think the UFC is suffering for it, and will continue to suffer for it. Because look, this is what's happening now. I don't know if you heard about this, but he apparently linked up with Josh Shapiro, who is the governor of Pennsylvania, to have a UFC event in Pennsylvania. So, and he's a Democrat. Buried the lead there, if you don't know.
Yeah.
But
A burgeoning
presidential
candidate.
Yes. Make no mistake. The only reason Josh Shapiro is in this conversation is because he has those ambitions.
Yeah.
He's trying to reach across the aisle,
Right.
and say, "Hey, I'm not that bad. I'm not an ultra liberal.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada."
Already enough. I mean, to not get my vote. To be like, no, we need to reach across the aisle to the far right.
It's
Like,
a long stretch. You got to
But
really
we can
make sure you stretch out before you go
Adam,
all the way right.
It's not that far
For Josh
when you're
Shapiro.
already.
It's
not that far of a reach.
Fair. That's fair. It's a good point. Good point. He's not hurting himself at all.
Right, he'll be all right.
Yeah. But
Probably won't even pull nothing.
No. He'll reach over like it's the passenger seat in his car. I think it's pretty obvious what's going on here is that and this is again is another reason why I think that Dana White's not dumb, is because I think he sees the way that the winds are shifting, and he realizes that Trump is not a forever president, and it will not forever be, ultra popular and have this cult like following. So I think the more and more that people are pushing back against the Epstein stuff, pushing back against the war, all these things are starting to stack up, and they're realizing it's hurting the bottom dollar.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about that's going to happen in the WWE, not because of political reasons necessarily, but I think the same thing is going to start happening where they're going to start feeling it to the point where the investors feel it,
Right.
to the point where they have to actually make changes. And I think this is the start of. Because what other reason would Dana White have to say, this isn't political, guys?
Right.
It just happens to be on the White House lawn, and it happens to be featuring the President of the United States.
Right.
And it just happens to be on Donald Trump's birthday. If we were to talk about this 6 months ago, would we not have assumed he would fully embrace the fact that it is embraced by the president?
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of, the reason for him being a little coquettish about this
$10 word.
is because he is starting to feel the resistance and the sentiment growing against the MAGA movement.
Right.
And that fills me with hope, personally, but also enrages me because he does think that we are stupid collectively enough to buy that bullshit when we've seen him parade Donald Trump and the entire cabinet around whenever they're featured.
That dude, just the last pay-per-view.
Exactly. And to say, UFC is not political.
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't say that per se. He said the 250 event is not going to be political.
Yeah.
Bullshit. What proof do we have that it's not political? None. In fact, we have proof to the opposite.
It's on the White House lawn. It's inherently political. How could it not be?
No fucking duh.
It's like, it's so, again, and that's why I'm like, he must think that we are stupid enough to believe this bullshit.
Correct.
Because it can't be anything else.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, it's just everything about this is inherently political. It's out of your control. You can say whatever you want. You could put 20 Mexicans on this card.
Sure.
It wouldn't make a difference. It's cage fighting in front of the President of the United States.
Yeah.
On his front yard.
Yeah.
It is political,
Right.
whether you like it or not. Let's give Dana White the undeserved benefit of the doubt here.
Sure.
And say that maybe he truly believes that it's not political.
Then he is stupid.
Then he is stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then
Yeah.
he is a fucking moron and he can't see the forest from the trees because it is what it is.
It really is one of those three options, if not all three.
Yeah.
So,
It is it's mind numbing, brother.
yeah.
It's crazy to think that like this is the guy who and you know, to your point about the fact that it seems that he may be seeing the tides,
Yeah.
if you will.
The shift.
I mean, there's a lot. Excuse me. There's a lot of the growing sentiment around not just the lower people on the card, but like pretty much everybody but the headliners is that they're underpaid and they can go other places for better opportunities. I mean, you're seeing like there is everyone, even the biggest, the staunchest of UFC supporters are they have to contend with the fact that like the biggest names in the business are looking elsewhere for a challenge and for money.
Yeah.
I mean, they asked Dana how he feels about Khamzat Chimaev, the middleweight champion, how he feels about him signing with RAF, which is like this wrestling organization. And the interview was just like, how do you feel about that? What do you make of Khamzat signing with this company? And he just was like, I don't give a shit. And it's like, brother,
Yeah.
that is not the answer to this. And your aloof attitude about this kind of stuff used to be part of the charm. Was that like Dana didn't give a fuck?
Yeah.
It is falling on deaf ears now. There's a lot of people that are looking at these kinds of responses and going like, he does not care about us. Why should we kill ourselves for this guy who does not care how we make money, how we pay our bills, how we feed our children?
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Take everything you just said and transfer it to Donald Trump.
right. Yeah. Right.
I think it's a perfect analogy.
And that's probably why they're so close.
Could be.
Probably why they're so close.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done.
Yes.
Done with that.
Yeah.
Done with it.
I'm done. I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done with it. Done.
I'm done.
I'm
done. I need to eat more raw milk. Yeah, raw milk. Chunks of
I
raw
don't know
milk.
why RFK caught a stray, but fuck him too.
Yeah, fuck him.
All right. Well, I think we've done enough here, yes?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, we got to end on an upswing. So
Yeah, buddy.
let's end this puppy on a good note.
Yep.
Let's end it with Cheers of the Week.
Yes.
Obi, you want to start us off?
I would love to. My cheers of the week goes to Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid, who I think really blew up because of The Boys, which I haven't seen the new season yet. No spoilers. But just a consistently charming, likable that guy. You know?
Yeah.
I have not finished, but started watching his little action movie Novocaine.
Yeah.
And I've loved it so far. It's just a real good time. And I think whenever he's in anything, it is a net positive to the movie he's a part of, or the project he's a part of. And bonus points for the fact that he's a regular now at Red Letter Media.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love it. I love it. He seems like a really down to earth, nice guy. Just got married. Congratulations. Yeah.
Homegirl from the show too.
Exactly. Yes. So, I think he's one of those feel good that guys that I love to see succeeding in Hollywood. So, shout out to Jack Quaid.
Yeah. Well, she could talk to his dad.
Yeah. It's rough.
Or his uncle.
I mean, I think it'd probably be easier to talk to his dad than his uncle.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Quaid family.
Quaid family.
At least I got one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. My cheers of the week is going to niche hobbies.
Oh.
I guess I shouldn't say it was so niche. I would bring this up because, like, I mean, you and I are both into niche hobbies.
Sure. We're doing a niche hobby right now.
I would say so.
Yeah.
But the over the course of the past couple weeks, I've been getting into bikes.
Yeah.
Not motorcycles, but bikes.
Bicycles. Bicycles.
Bikes.
Cycling, if you will.
And I finally got to take my puppy on the road.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mick.
Did you get the one
Shout
from
out to Ryan.
Facebook Marketplace? By
I
the way?
did. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Good,
I
good,
did.
good.
And then I took it over to Mick's place. And I mean, my boy, it was like wheeling my bike into the GTA garage. The door closed,
Spray painted
opened it back up, and it was a completely different bike.
Yeah. You lost your wine level.
So shout out to him, shout out to Ryan. We went on a bike ride, and it was one of those things where like it was just one of those days where you just kind of needed it. All the shit, like this entire podcast, like specifically today's episode, is filled with the kind of bullshit that sometimes you just want to like turn it off.
Oh yeah,
and just like walk away from it for a little bit, and you just get a couple of hours where you're like not dealing in this shit.
Yeah.
And doing something like that, like occupying your time. I've talked about it on the show a lot. Deleted my TikTok account, deleted my Facebook account, deleted my Twitter account. Basically only have Instagram now. Well, I have a Facebook account, but it's the Facebook Marketplace account.
Yeah.
And now I find myself watching terrible music on Instagram, which I have so many to show you.
Okay. Good.
But it's mostly just that, and keeping up with the people that I have as Instagram friends.
Yeah.
And trying to occupy my mind with things other than what's happening. So it's like, you're trying to stay on top of things, but then you need to take that time away from it to just go, if I spend my entire day looking at this, like I'm gonna jump off the balcony.
Yeah, it's corrosive. You need an escape valve.
Yeah.
At least for an hour.
And I think getting into those little things helps you kind of just put it all away for a little bit.
Focus your mind on something else for a little bit.
Yeah.
I find that with my saxophone.
Yeah.
When I practice, I can't focus on anything else.
Right.
I'm reading the music. I'm listening to it. I'm figuring out my.
Well, you got both hands. You can't have your phone set up in one hand. You
can't do it. Can't do it.
Not yet. That's the next gen sax player.
Yeah.
Playing. Still looking at. Man, I can't believe you posted that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think shout out to everybody who's into those little things that like just keeps your mind occupied with that shit. Stay woke.
Yeah.
Be ever present, but also take some time and get away from that shit.
Yeah. You can't you can't over encumber yourself and be effective at fighting those things anyway. So
Right.
Take care of yourself.
Yes. All right. Let's get into these beers.
Let's do it.
This is the Starlight. That's a double IPA from Equilibrium. And you said it was a collab?
That's what it said online. It may have lied to me, but that's what it said online.
All I see is Equilibrium, but you said Equilibrium and Trillium?
That's what
Maybe?
I thought that's what they said, but I don't see it either. So maybe they did this one solo dolo. All right, we'll just say from Equilibrium.
Let's just say from Equilibrium.
Sorry for misattributing earlier. It's just what the internet told me.
Well, what does your heart and mind and body tell you?
It tells me it's a 6 out of 6 podcast.
Another one.
I love this beer. It is so good. It has that hoppy, like hop forward, but not like to the point where it's acidic and spicy and hurts. Which despite my love for IPAs, I think once it gets past a certain threshold, it is physically painful.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm like, no. We're here for a good time still. Come on. And I think this, especially being a double IPA, I think it balances it out with some of that sweetness from it being a little bit higher ABV.
Yeah.
It has a bit of that that the hoppy sort of weed kind of note to it that in this it works really well. It doesn't taste gimmicky. And it has that kind of fruity tropical flavor to it that I really enjoy. So I mean, this was quite a good beer for me.
Beautiful. I'm gonna give it a 5 for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Don't like IPAs as much as you do. Still think it's a fantastic beer. I mean, 5 is not a score.
Oh, it's great, yeah.
To sneeze at, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what. I think maybe I have to go back to the drawing board on this and kind of really, really hone in on what a 6 out of 6 bottle caps IPA tastes like.
We should write out like our categories for exactly what those things mean.
We should. Yeah, we definitely should. Yeah, and I think people who would look at like the rating system would be able to more readily identify like, okay, because I like when somebody posts a criteria of like, okay, you gave this thing, a 10 out of 10. Why?
Right.
Because I would love to know where this fucking score comes from because I disagree.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to know. So yeah, I think we should work on that. I do think though, given the lifespan of this show, we will come up with a criteria, and it won't reflect some of the ratings, probably a lot of the ratings from the first 5 years of the show.
It will be active as soon as we implement it.
Yes.
It will not be retroactive.
Yeah.
No. Nobody has time for that.
Yeah. All right. 5 out of 6 for myself, and a 6 out of 6 bottle caps for you, Obi.
Yeah, buddy.
You think we got it?
I know we got it.
Well, if Obi says we got it, then this episode is over. This has been the One Beer In podcast. For myself, Marco Dupa. For Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you guys for listening. Drink delicious beer and have yourself a beautiful evening.
We love you.